Hey guys, I wanted to take just a minute here. We just got through with a bunch of classes, and I want to take a couple minutes here after class to kind of go over something that I see a lot with people in class when they're doing the round kick. And I want to give you kind of 3 pointers to kind of help you get a better round kick. All right, now when you do a round kick, the first thing that you want to be able to do is turn your foot. I got the bag here. I'm going to kind of show you. All right. When I'm doing a kick, whenever I'm doing the kick, I want to make sure that I always take my foot that's on the ground. I don't know if you can see it here. The foot that's on the ground, I want to take it and turn it all the way the opposite direction. Okay. What that does is when I turn my foot all the way the opposite direction so that my toes are pointing the opposite way of where I'm kicking to the bag, what that does is it allows me to turn my hips all the way. That's number one. It protects, gives you more power with less effort. Number 2 is it protects your knee. If I'm not turning my foot, but I'm trying to kick, I'm just twisting my knee over and over and over. So when I turn my foot when I kick, it turns it all the way. It keeps my knee from getting twisted up. Okay. The second thing is, the third thing with that is the reason you want to turn your foot is obviously you're using more muscle groups, so you're burning more calories. So there's a benefit to it that way. Okay. So number 1, the first tip is turn your foot so that your toes are pointing all the way the opposite direction. So that way my hips turn all the way over. I'm protecting my knee. Just like that. Just like that. All right, guys? The other thing is, whenever you turn your hips over, you'll notice it protects your foot and your toes, which is the second thing I wanted to tell you, is make sure you're pointing your foot. You don't want to hit with your toes like this. You want it to be flat as you hit, just like this. And when you hit, you're going to hit with not your, can I do this? I think so. Not your toes, but a little bit higher up on the ankle right here. When you hit with your toes and the bottom of your foot, you run the risk of pulling that foot back in a way. And when you first start, it's not that big of a deal. But as you get stronger, it will become, the kick will become stronger than your ankle. So you want to use that ankle bone as you kick, not your toes. All right. The second thing I was going to say about that is that, when you point your foot, you'll notice that if you don't turn your hips, this is how you can tell if you don't turn your hips. Your foot is pointing up, which is really rough on the knee that you're kicking with. But when I turn this foot that I'm standing on, when I take it and I turn this foot, you'll notice my hip also turns all the way over. Okay? The hip also turns all the way over. So that's one way that you can kind of gauge it to see if you're turning your hip over. If you're not getting your foot all the way over, that means your hip's not turning all the way over. If your hip's not turning all the way over, most likely you're not turning your foot and you're probably just wrenching that knee over and over. Your knee bends like this. Boop, 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 boop. That's how it bends. But if you start twisting it like this, you're going to have knee problems. Over time, you're going to have a lot of problems. So you want to make sure your knee only turns this way. So as you kick it, I want to make sure that as I turn that foot all the way. The bottom of the leg and the top of the leg turns together. Okay? So the first thing is make sure you turn your foot so your hips turn over, protecting your hips, protecting your knees. Your knees and your hips, they got to last you for the rest of your life, so you want to take care of them. The second thing is point that foot so you're not hitting your toes. If you smash those toes, it's going to be difficult to walk, first of all. So don't hit with your toes, hit a little bit higher up on the ankle. The second thing is if you smash those toes and it's difficult to walk, it's going to be difficult for you to stay in shape. Because if you work out once and it's a killer workout, but you're smashing your toes and then you're out for 2 weeks, you can't get in shape doing a killer workout once every 2 or 3 weeks. It just isn't going to work. So you got to think about safety first. What part are you going to do? So slow down. Get the form right first, and then as you get better, you can pick up the pace. You're going to get in better shape and it's going to get easier. That was the third thing actually I was going to tell you is slow down. Take it easy. Start out slow. Don't give it everything you've got. Because if you start just slamming that leg in there, you're going to get bad form. You're going to get some injuries. it's better to slow it down at first and kind of get the feel for it. I'm gonna do a couple kicks here so you can kind of see how it works, how those round kicks work, okay? So here we go. From here, turning your hips, turning your body. Just like that. Turning those hips, one more. Turning it in. And I'll show you from the other side on this leg. Turning it this way. The other side, turn that hip. Turn that foot. One more. Just like that. All right? So you get the idea. The turn the body first, turn that foot first, and then let that leg follow along with it. All right? Hey guys, if you have any questions with your round kick, just leave some comments down below, and don't forget to like the video, and also subscribe. That way you can make sure you get all the updates and all the training updates that we do here. So I'll see you in class.